Well, Desert Vipers, they showed no backing down tonight in their new kit. They were just on fire from the get-go. This man on screen, though, wow, fantastic with the ball up first, 2 from 3 for just 17, and then came into play with the bat. He was just absolutely spectacular. What a performance from the Vipers, yet again to bring up their 6th consecutive win, and now they're finally into the playoffs. This is the first time in DP World ILT20 that there's been 6 consecutive wins on the table for a team, so congratulations to the Vipers. Let's take a look at the match summary, shall we? So it was the Vipers that won the toss and they decided to have a bowl first, but obviously they took so many great wickets. Sam Curran 2, Noor Ahmed 1, but it was the batting that was just superb. Nice partnership between Sam Curran and Dan Lawrence, and then it was Sam Curran and Hetmeyer in the end, and they got a great win under their belts. Let's take a look at the points table. Now, Desert Vipers, you can see that all-important Q is next to their name. This means that 5 teams are eyeing off the 3 remaining qualifying spots. Hello everyone, welcome to our post-match wrap-up. Now beside me this evening, I've got none other than Neil McKenzie, who is the batting coach of the Vipers. Congratulations tonight. Andy Flower and Simon Dool. Boys, welcome to our post-match show. You must be a very happy, not skipper, but coach, in fact. I mean, we've seen that you've had 6 wins, but 4 of those have been in the last couple overs. Do you get nervous sitting there going, oh my goodness, this could play out differently in a matter of seconds?
Well, I think, you've been around the game for a long time, so it's nice to get on top of those ones. I've been on the losing end of quite a few of those ones as well. So I don't get too nervous. I think playing days I used to get a little bit more nervous, but I've got no control over what happens there. So, I think just want the boys to do well and sort of play what they see in front of them.
You boys were backing the Vipers, though, from the very get-go at the start of play. Were you nervous thinking, oh, they could lose it here? No.
I just think when you've got good sides and sides who know how to win it, in that situation, if you've had sides, and we've all been involved in sides who sort of struggle to get across the line, forget how to win games that they should win, this is a side that knows how to win. You kind of feel with Sam Curran at the crease the whole way through, you know you've got a steely competitor. And even though he was at the other end, you saw him come down to Tom Bruce after the first sort of little sweep effort that Tom Bruce made, and you saw him come down and have a chat, and that's the experience and the nature of Sam Curran. So I think for me, as long as he's there or someone similar of that ilk, even a Dan Lawrence if he happened to be out there, you've got players with experience enough to not be too concerned. I mean, from a coaching point of view, it's a bit more likely that you're worried or you'll have a moment. Up there, we don't really care anymore.
But are you having like a little bit of a battle with your commentary?
No, that whole leaderboard thing, Andy, I don't know about you, but I mean, it's just like,
I find it quite, I think I'm number 2, I find it quite important.
Oh, really, yeah. See, it doesn't matter to me because I'm number 8.
Judgment.
you know those people, when you speak to cricketers and they don't know their stats, it's because they've probably got average stats.
Yes,
but
exactly.
Andy's top of the leaderboard. He takes it really seriously.
I love it.
Wasim and Andy are on top, apparently.
Oh, okay.
It surprises me. I mean, it doesn't actually, because Wasim's hardly worked. He's done about 4 games, been to New York, been to Saudi, he's been all over the place. So that's probably why he's on top.
Giving him some clarity.
Exactly.
Andy, I want to know, you've been a coach yourself. Why do you think this Vipers unit has been so successful this season 4?
Well, number 1, they do look really organised, and without like overhyping them, I think Tom Moody at the top is director of cricket, and James Foster as coach, and they've got a great coaching unit actually. Got Neil McKenzie as batting coach. He's been around the block. He knows what he's talking about. And Azam Mahmood as bowling coach. That's a hell of a unit. High quality coaching group. So that's a good start. But I think where they've really stood out is their seam bowling. So Kuzaima's been the lead wicket taker up until tonight with his swing bowling. They've got Lockie Ferguson, Sam Curran and Naseem Ahmed came into the side this evening. Those are 4 outstanding seamers backed up, balanced by Noor Ahmed, who's been an outstanding left-arm spin bowler. He's had one of the best years in T20 cricket around the world. So that's a hell of a bowling attack to I know we've got the batting coach here with us, but it's a great bowling attack.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw Sammy Curran. He wasn't just good with the ball tonight, it was with the bat as well. He was great last game as well. 67 not out, 52 not out. Why is he such a great player to have in your side?
Well, I mean, he's 5,000 T20 runs and 250 wickets, so it's a hell of an achievement. But I think he's just sort of backs himself, doesn't get too flustered. I think when you've got that sort of influence with bat, ball and in the field, there's almost that steeliness. He's sort of, the game's not done unless I'm there, and that's the sort of mantra that he puts forward. And it almost feeds through the camp as well with his confidence, you know. I think he sums up things, the situations really well, what's required now. And he doesn't get too far ahead. He plays what's in front of him. So, you know, a 3-in-1 cricketer, and nice to have in that sort of setup with the balance. You mentioned a lot of the quality players that we've got. It's just a good squad. We've got a lot of options, and you only have to look how good the team is by looking how good our bench is, the guys that aren't playing. So.
Absolutely. He's been out of the English side, Andy, for a little bit now. But what, you know, makes him so special when he comes to play in these T20 formats? Yeah,
well, he's fought his way back into the England squads, actually, and quite rightly, and through performances. So I was always surprised that he was being sidelined for a while. I think he's an outstanding performer, very competitive. He's an internal leader. I mean, we've seen what he can do as a stand-in captain for Lockie Ferguson, but he's an internal leader as well. And he's the sort of guy that injects energy in the field because he's always so competitive with the ball in hand, or even his body language when he's fielding. But I wouldn't mind asking you, Mac. He averages, I think, over 80 in ILT cricket when he's chasing. Does he do anything different when he's chasing to when he's setting?
I think you know, you get some world-class setters and you get some world-class chasers. You know, they mutually not guaranteed. But I think he just sort of, as I said, he just sums up the situation well. He's sort of what's required this over. He sort of knows who's coming back. He knows where the pockets are, and he's very smart. I think the biggest thing about him is, with being an all-rounder, you know, he gets to bowl on that wicket as well. He knows that ball's quite tough to hit. That pocket's running hot. That's not the right ball to bowl. So I think he almost sort of processes it and then takes it straight into his game plan.
In short tournaments like this, Neil, is this more about coaching, or is it more about just making sure the mindset is right, looking forward to games? I guess you don't get a lot of time to actually technically change too many guys. So what are you working with these guys on?
Well, I think the big thing here with our coaching staff is we've been together quite a while. So we know everyone's trying to sort of work and manage. I think with the players, you know, you've got world-class players here. You almost want to get out of their way. But sometimes there are those conversations you have to have with them about how the team operates, what's expected of them. And you know, that's the biggest thing. You want them to be in the best space possible, fresh enough to bring their best game, and the skill set that you've obviously selected for your team. So it helps that all the boys get on. We sort of quite close for a bunch that's just sort of come together. There's quite a few laughs and enjoying each other's success at the moment. So
is there anyone as quirky as you in the change room?
Well, I think there was
nice now.
Well, mate, he knows. I mean, look, it's well known the things that you went through as a player, and
well, you try and control everything, Duty. I don't have to control everything when I'm a coach. I'm a lot more relaxed now,
okay.
and having kids sort of takes that away from you. So I did see Tom Bruce putting on his helmet 5 or 6 times there. I'm going to ask him a little bit, because an OCD person can spot another OCD person.
So I mean, some of the stories we heard about you and your playing days. I mean, what was it about it, and what sort of things were you doing? Just to explain to people, because some of people may not have heard this.
Julie, this might go into the next game there, whatever it is. I think, as you know, as a cricketer, you want success and you want to control the uncontrollables. So by doing things, it's not about, everyone says it's superstition. It's not superstition, it's OCD. So, for instance, padding up at Lords, I was sponsored by Gunn and Moore, and I was second innings, put my pads on, and I looked at O in the Gunn and Moore, so I thought that was naught. So I re-padded up and I looked at 2 O's for 100. You know, it's silly things like, no, not a pair, definitely not a pair.
How much did you get?
I might have got 100 that one. That's why I tell you that story. I didn't tell you the million other ones.
It's your mind, isn't it? Playing tricks with you.
So you're always looking for something, a little bit of edge, and everyone's got a bit of OCD in them. You just want, you know, I think routines and good habits are are good habits, but I think OCD can get a little bit...
Is it true the boys taped your bats or something to the top of the changing rooms one day?
Yeah, so I'm a big sort of focus on team men. So after the game, I would say, listen, if you left early, I would put all your kit around the change room. You'd have to find it the next morning or whatever it is. So I had a function I had to go to, so they did that and they taped my bats. And anyway, so a bit of a laugh. I cut my bat down and I got 100 that innings. So the second innings, I taped it back up, but I nicked off for naught. So that changed it quite quickly. Thank
Just
goodness.
as well.
That theory
Just
was
as
gone.
well, yeah.
So good. Oh, well,
Brilliant.
thank you so much for joining us in our post-match show. I'll let you be. You can enjoy your night now. Relax.
Thank you.
We'll
Thanks
do the
for having
talking
us.
now.
Cheers.
Alrighty,
Cheers,
thank
Mackie.
you.
Thanks, mate.
Alrighty, boys, we have to talk about Max Holden as well. Come over. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I don't bite, I swear. Max Holden, we obviously saw, a few games ago against my Emirates, he was retired out by the side, but then we saw success. He had to really fight back to get into that spot. We saw success with his partnership with Sammy Curran last game. Got a few runs tonight as well.
Yeah. I thought Max came back brilliantly from that, because that sort of thing can affect you. Like the respect of your peers is a really important driver for a lot of people. So two games ago, he got 60 or 40. And then tonight again, he gave a great little burst of energy up front, 34 of 22 balls. That was an excellent start for the Vipers in their chase. And it took a little pressure off that middle order because he gave them a little burst up front. So it's nice to see Max come back from a tough little situation when he was retired out with two excellent performances, and that's a reflection of how tough he is as a sportsman.
Absolutely. Noor Ahmed, he's been fantastic with the ball this tournament. He took one today though, Dooley.
Yeah, very tidy, very economical again. And I think when, we're just talking off air actually before we came on air with Neil McKenzie about him working on getting a little bit straighter in his run up to the right-handers. Hence, he's been warned a couple of times from an umpire's point of view. He was on 2 warnings tonight. He had a couple of warnings in the previous game as well. So he's trying to get a little bit straighter into the right-handers and just cut down that ball sliding across the righties. Bring maybe LBW and bring that edge into play with his wrong-in a little bit more. So it's causing him 1 or 2 issues with his follow-through, but I thought his accuracy and his line has improved a lot more in the last couple of games. So that's one of the reasons that he's been one of the things that he's been working on. He's a highly skilled bowler. I said it on commentary, I think Andy was on. That one there when he gets in nice and close and actually turns back to the right-handers is a very dangerous ball, but it's a ball he doesn't normally bowl quite as well as the wrong-in. He's a little more consistent with the wrong-in that goes across the right-handers, but he bowled a couple of those genuine leg breaks tonight, Andy, I thought, that landed perfectly and came back, and maybe that's part and parcel of him actually trying to get a little bit closer to the stumps.
Definitely. He's known for going across the right-handers and going and the angle from quite wide in the crease, so pitching outside leg stump and going and turning across to the offside. So if he can get closer and turn it back into the pads, he's going to pick up a lot of LBWs and bowls.
Because before he probably wouldn't have had that LBW opportunity. I don't know that he would hit the stumps as often.
Absolutely.
And he pitched the ball outside leg a lot.
Yeah.
So he's now bringing LBW. He's bringing a full another mode of dismissal into play more often, I think.
Absolutely. If you've got LBW and bowls in play, especially when you've got that low trajectory and the ball's not often bouncing over the stumps, we saw one tonight that did, but not often, then your percentage chances of getting wickets goes through the roof.
Righto, Dooley, we're going to let you be.
Oh, cool.
Enjoy your night. You're off, my friend. Thank you so much. See ya. Bye.
I'll wait until we go to a break, eh?
Yeah, we're going to go to a break. We're going to head back and we'll be back with way more analysis after this. Another fantastic match here at Dubai International Stadium. It was match 15. The Desert Vipers took on the Capitals, and it was the Vipers that had another win. It's their 6th consecutive win this tournament, and they've officially qualified for the playoffs. Hello everyone, welcome back. Now we've got a new guest. Darren Ganga joins us alongside Andy Flower, of course. Now, Darren, I'm keen to get your thoughts on this match. The Vipers secured another win and they're into the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys unpacked it before I came in studio, but I must say that I wasn't surprised with this win. I did pick the Vipers to win this match based on their form, the way they were coming together nicely as a team. They had the benefit of winning matches, you know, which were very close early in the season. But now I think they're a well-oiled unit. I mean, I don't want to put a damper on things, but I think the real challenge now for that team will be how they manage resources for the remaining 4 matches in the league and how they keep themselves at peak form for the business end of the tournament. That, to me, is going to be instructive and instrumental if they are to go on to win this title, because you often see teams peak midway in the group stage and then find that energy to go straight into a final. This is going to be different if they are to do it. So management of resources, how they do that, how they keep their energy for the remainder of this tournament will just determine their destiny.
Alrighty, well, hopefully Sammy Curran can be the man to keep the energy going. We actually had a little bit of fun with him earlier on in the tournament. Let's head to him now for some this or that.
Sam Curran, welcome to This or That. To start with, weights or treadmill?
Treadmill.
Instagram or Snapchat?
Instagram.
Calling or messaging?
Messaging.
Sleep in or wake up early?
Wake up early.
Score a century or take a fifer?
Score a century.
Tendulkar or Lara?
Lara.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Cake or ice cream?
Ice cream.
Sing or dance?
Sing.
Money or love?
Love. I had to say that.
And finally, get married or win the World Cup?
Get married.
He's a
That is a
smart
tricky
man.
one, Zeb.
Oh, we love the honesty there from Sam. He's definitely not scared of his girlfriend there.
Honesty, crikey. He was feeling the pressure. He wasn't feeling pressure like that when he batted, was he?
Shh, it's honesty. Don't upset the girlfriend. Darren, are you a treadmill guy or a gym guy?
Treadmill, definitely, yeah.
Okay, there we go. What about you? Treadmill or... Oh,
Haven't you
he's
seen
weights.
these
He's
things?
the big guns over here. Okay. Rightio, we got to focus on DC. Now, they did have, a pretty good batting performance with Lou Deploy. What went well for him today? Because he's been kind of struggling for runs the last few games.
Yeah, Leos looked good today. He had a slightly slow start, but then he picked up. He's a very good player of spin, so he was able to put Nabi under a bit of pressure. And then he picked up towards the end of his innings. Was unlucky to get out, but I thought he looked very much in control. He looks like a smart cricketer to me, always has. And he's not a big guy, but he's a very good offside player. And he's got some innovations. Against spin, he reverse sweeps well. And he's got the scoops either side, which puts fast bowlers under pressure. But that slow start, and I'm not saying it was all on him, but that slow start for Dubai Capitals, I think was a bit of the problem today. They finished really well. Cox played a superb innings,
He did,
I think 49 or 30 or so.
Yeah.
Rovman got out first ball, so they didn't have him there. But Cox and Shanaka did a good job. But that slow start in that first 10 overs, I think they had 9 boundaries, a boundary per over, but they didn't put their foot down on any particular over and get a little burst of energy that gave them real dominance in those middle overs.
Yeah, all right. Well, tomorrow's match is going to be a big one. Sharjah Warriors, they finally won their first match. How exciting was this to watch it play out today in the afternoon game? They're up against the Giants, though, that have only had 2 losses. Funnily enough, it's been against the table toppers. So, Sharjah Warriors, now that they've had 1 win under their belt, maybe they might have the momentum to get them across and have a win against the Giants. I'm keen to know your thoughts, boys. Who's it
I
going to
love
be?
an underdog. I love the Warriors. The fact that they've changed their team up for that last game against Ma Emirates, going with Sikandar Raza as the captain, making Patirana bowl the tough overs, and he did very well. So a change in resources. That win will just keep them smarting for this encounter against Gulf Giants, because they're playing against the 3rd-ranked team. But this is a team that could find form at the right time and peak at the ideal time to win the tournament. So don't rule them out. Johnson Charles getting amongst the runs too. So more positives than negatives in that last game, and they'll have to build upon it.
And is this the time to peak in the tournament, especially when you've got Johnson Charles in your side? I mean, he played really well today for the Warriors, so is he firing at the right time for them?
Well, he would have wanted to start earlier and they would have wanted to start earlier, no doubt. But their tournament is not over. This was a great innings by Johnson Charles. He's very experienced at this venue in Abu Dhabi. He scored a lot of runs there. He's a very good player of pace bowling, and there's a lot of pace bowling bowled in Abu Dhabi. So that was great to see him score that 75 today. And hopefully that's the start of good things for Sharjah Warriors.
Absolutely. So we've seen one team has now solidified that qualification spot, the Vipers, in tonight's game. But who have you got your eye on, Darren, for the next 3 spots?
Well, I'm definitely thinking Gulf Giants. I think they're a top team. They're an in-form team. As I mentioned before, they're 3rd on the standings. So I expect that they will push really hard to jump into that top 4. And you want it to be a competition across, the remaining 5 teams. You don't want it to be, the case where 3 teams are competing amongst themselves. So it's hard to say because the table is still forming, and I feel if teams can find form at this time in the next three matches that they play, they can actually contend for the title.
One thing I would say about the table and the table toppers, the Vipers, so they've won 6 out of 6. 5 of those games they've won the toss and been able to chase, so that has made a difference in this tournament. But they are the team that have won most games in ILT20 history, but they've never won the title. That brings a pressure of its own.
Absolutely,
so,
and they've played a lot of their games here in Dubai as well.
Yeah, absolutely they have, and they play very well here. They've had the advantage of swinging that ball up front and dominating power play with the ball. So if they start losing a few tosses, it'll be interesting to see if that pressure tells.
Absolutely it will. Oh, well, thank you so much for joining me tonight, boys. I really appreciate your company. Tomorrow, it's going to be an absolute belter. It's Sharjah taking on the Giants in Sharjah. We cannot wait to have your company. Thank you so much for joining us.